Welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Ashley Lahue.
And I'm Jake Adrianson. Thanks for joining us.
Ball State University President Paul Ferguson fielded questions at an open forum this afternoon amid the backlash involving former SGA President Chloe Anagnos. Ferguson did not directly address the controversy over Anagnos, who 2 years ago defended owning a Confederate flag. Last week, the university named Anagnos this year's Outstanding Senior. The issue raised a wider concern about racial sensitivity.
Well, it's been a long, tough week for a lot of people, I think, on that issue, and I really appreciate so much conversation, and I regret so much angst.
Ferguson announced 2 campus-wide meetings next Tuesday for students to express their concerns and make recommendations. Meanwhile, that controversy has spawned a second, this one involving what some students are calling bullying by a university administrator. NewsLink reporter Cameron Riddle joins us live from the newsroom with that angle.
Good evening. The university's Director of Student Affairs has since apologized for threatening to take away their funding. Jennifer Jones Hall was telling Christopher J. Taylor that the Big Four student organizations are not making comments on this time because they are funded through the university, and so is SGA. I would not bite the hand that feeds you. Last night, student leaders say Jones Hall apologized for threatening them.
The goal is certainly to be transparent, but most of all, our job is to be supportive of students. And it is not the university's position to ever threaten the funding of any of our student organizations.
Reached out to Jones Hall for comment on the story, but she declined that offer. Reporting in the newsroom, Cameron Riddle, NewsLink Indiana.
Well, it was warm and then cold, and now it's kind of in between.
Yeah, we've kind of had a mix of everything. I actually woke up to thunderstorms last night, and I heard rumors that there might be some more. Ashley, what's in the forecast?
Yeah, you might wake up to more thunderstorms tomorrow morning. Actually, we're all clear in our area right now. Radar shows mostly cloudy conditions here in Muncie, but over to our southwest is where we're getting all of the action. In Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, we have some severe thunderstorms going on in some areas. Taking a look at national temperatures, 43 here in Kansas City, 73 the hot spot in Dallas-Fort Worth. With all this warm air and cold air, we see this obvious cold front right here being the weather maker of all those thunderstorms currently going on right now. Sitting in Muncie, currently 46 degrees, 45 in Indianapolis. Shelbyville, the hot spot of the state, sitting at 50 degrees. Stay tuned and I'll let you know when those thunderstorms will head our way, and I'll let you know about when we get some colder temperatures later on this week, but then temperatures start to moderate. Stay tuned and I'll let you know when all that's occurring.
Thanks, Ashley. The controversial religious freedom bill has found opposition from Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard. The legislation, known as Senate Bill 101, could give legal protection to business owners who don't want to provide services for same-sex couples.
Ballard said in a statement released earlier today that passage of the religious freedom bill would send the wrong signal for the state and the city. This statement comes a day after the city's largest convention, Gen Con, threatened to move the event elsewhere if Republican Governor Mike Pence follows through on his promise to sign the bill into law. NewsLink Indiana reporter Abigail Jackson spoke to students to get their opinion on the bill.
I'm here in Neuer asking Ball State students what their opinion of the bill is.
I think this bill is definitely a step backward from what progress we've made today in 2015. My only issue with the bill itself is the fact that they say because of religious affirmation, and I feel like that's a slippery slope because it's not defined very concrete, and a lot of people can use it to their advantage and to other people's disadvantage.
Personally, I feel like it's very subjective because anyone can really decide what's for their religion and against their religion, so they can decide on what they want to do and who they want to serve in a manner that's not standard for everyone, so they can make up their own rules.
I am for the bill because I am a Christian, and I think that other Christians who personally believe that they shouldn't have to offer service to somebody because of one reason or another shouldn't have heavy repercussions for it.
Overall, I think the bill is going to hurt business if it gets passed, because you really shouldn't regulate it in a way that you give people the right to refuse business to certain individuals based on your own beliefs, because you could really make that belief about anything you choose. So it gives you the right to refuse respect to anyone that you really deem necessary. overall it's going to hurt business if it passes, so it shouldn't pass.
In Muncie, Abby Jackson, NewsLink, Indiana.
Ball State's annual Energy Challenge started this week, and the residence halls and academic buildings are in competition to tackle energy conservation. This year, Ball State is also participating in Campus Conservation Nations, the world's largest electricity reduction competition for college campuses. The secretary for the Ball State Energy Action Team, Michaela Pieri, says she has been passionate about this since she was just a kid.
I learned that it would take 6 Earths to sustain everyone if they lived just like me, and that just blew my mind as a little kid. Like ever since then, I've been like, this is the planet we have, this is the one home we have, and so reducing energy usage, taking part in green initiatives, it's all so essential and so important because we only have one place to live, and I think we forget that a lot, you know.
Pieri says she is excited to see how Ball State's efforts will compare at the national level. For more information on the Energy Challenges competition and events, go to bsubeat.com.
The Muncie Children's Museum is taking part in a nationwide festival called Nano Days. The event features educational programs about science and engineering over a 2-week period. Reporter Jason Poor has more.
The Children's Museum, a place of wonder and adventure for kids. But Jennifer Peters, the Director of Exhibits and Education at the museum, says it is a place of learning, and Nano Days will help with that.
We here at the museum have been trying to kind of go along and push that STEM education, which is very popular now and becoming very important. So with the things that we have going on now, this was another additional kind of step towards that direction.
Nano Days was planned to take place over spring break in Muncie, giving children a chance to learn outside of school. Museum educator David Nichols says Nano Days gives children an opportunity to explore the sciences.
It's really focusing on like science and innovation and kind of how kids can learn science without ever really knowing it. Younger elementary don't really know any science. Usually you're learning your colors, your ABCs. So if we teach them science now, it's kind of getting them a big interest and we'll kind of push them hopefully in the future.
Nano Days will take place through April 3rd. In Muncie, Jason Poor, NewsLink, Indiana.
Some highlights for Nano Days include a bug lab this Saturday and a magic science show next Wednesday. For more information, go to munciemuseum.com.
Up next, a Ball State organization is bringing women's issues to the stage.
And a Ball State graduate student is paying tribute to veterans on the screen. Stay tuned.
Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Ball State's Feminist for Action Group and the Multicultural Center are putting on a show that may open people's eyes. Reporter Katie McPherson has the story live in Bruce.
In 3 days, Vagina Monologue will be held right inside these doors. Director Nicole Mansfield hopes the monologue will bring up some controversial subjects.
It kind of talks about some taboo subjects that aren't really talked about even in like the realm of feminism. So I really like how it addresses that through real women's stories.
Many of the girls involved have been working on the show since January. They may have separate parts, but they all have one goal.
The main thing about V-Day, which is why we're putting this on for Women's Week, is to end violence against women. So that's another theme that we try to address throughout the show is violence against women.
The different themes presented in the monologue offer a variety of emotions. Ones that can make people sad, and others that will leave people laughing. Each ticket bought will go toward YWCA, a women's shelter in Muncie. YWCA said all proceeds would help another woman in need.
Any money that's donated to our organization or raised on behalf of our organization goes to all kinds of programming in the facility to help them improve their lives and improve the lives of people around them.
Money May could also provide food and clothing to people in Delaware County. Reporting live in Muncie, Katie McPherson, NewsLink, Indiana.
All tickets are $5 and can be purchased in room 116 at the Student Center.
Ball State's Future Health Professionals Student Chapter is hosting events to support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Kelsey Dickinson reports.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society set up donation tables today in the Ball State Atrium for people to donate to an event called Pennies for Patients. Graduate Assistant for HOSA, John Anderson, explains the purpose of the event.
We are doing Pennies for Patients through the Leukemia and Lymphoma Cancer Society of Indiana. And essentially it is a 3-week campaign to raise funds for leukemia and lymphoma research for children.
Anderson talks about additional campaigns HOSA is managing.
There's also a 5K glow run that's being established and going for, again, this purpose, this overall fundraising campaign.
HOSA hopes that Pennies for Patients and the 5K Glow Run will help support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. In Muncie, I'm Kelsey Dickinson, NewsLink, Indiana.
The 5K Glow Run will be held on April 22nd. Go to bsuhosa.weebly.com for more information on the event.
A documentary produced by Ball State student is being shown for the first and last time on campus free of charge. Reporter Mackenzie Clark has the story.
Chris Krasinski, a Ball State telecommunications graduate student, teamed up with the College of Architecture and Planning to create The Healing Wall, a documentary that pays tribute to the veterans of the Vietnam War.
Really exciting to share the story. It's a story that's never been told before, a story that needs to be told.
Krasinski worked with a fairly small crew, and after 3 months of editing and research, says the history of the piece is captivating.
It's something that you can take something out of personally, and you can learn a lot of history about one of our greatest landmarks in U.S. history. So it's quite different and revolutionary, and it actually, led to inspiration for things like roadside memorials, the 9/11 memorial, other memorials around the nation.
A special screening of the documentary will be held tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in Ball State's Arts and Journalism Building before the film is taken to festivals and released on the web. In Muncie, Mackenzie Clark, NewsLink, Indiana.
The film has entered festivals in the past and will be entering more after being shown tomorrow. Now, will the sun come out tomorrow?
Or will the rain, boots, and umbrellas be here to stay? Your full weather forecast is up next.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Jake, I love that these spring temperatures bring warmer temperatures, but I hate that the rain starts.
Yeah, it makes it harder to walk to campus, that's for sure. Ashley, can we get a look at what's up for weather?
Well, we have a lot of rain coming up, and unfortunately colder temperatures, still like it's winter even though it's not. We've got a lot of cold pool of air here to our north and to our south, a lot of warm air. This air is coming together and creating a lot of thunderstorms in this region. Down here to our southwest in Missouri, Kansas, and south in Oklahoma, we have some strong to severe thunderstorms going on in some areas. These orange boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings, and these yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm watches. And there was a tornado touchdown just a couple hours ago in Oklahoma. We already have a flood warning here at the Ohio River, where that rain will be coming in overnight tonight. Satellite and radar shows that we're all clear in our area right now. Just mostly cloudy to our southwest is where we have those storms that is pushing northeast towards us. Today in Muncie, though, we started off with some thunderstorms, but that cleared out and we had some sprinkles on and off with mostly cloudy skies throughout the majority of the day. Currently, right now, we are sitting at 46 degrees, and it basically feels like that because the winds are very calm, not creating a wind chill factor at this time. Almanac shows that we got up to a high of 51 degrees, which is about right for this time of year. 43 was our low early this morning, which is above average for this time of year. Overnight tonight, we dropped down to 35 degrees, and it will feel like that because of those calm winds. It will be mostly cloudy, and chances for rain start to happen mostly after midnight tonight. Tomorrow we start off with lots of rain, light to moderate, with a chance for a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of rain possible, and chances for thunderstorms as those thunderstorms and rain systems move our way. A high of 40 degrees with mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. Precision Cast shows that rain from the southwest head our way. By Thursday morning, we have some strong thunderstorms on the southeast side of Illinois, and then by tomorrow morning, we get this rain in Muncie and snow just north of us. We'll probably be a little too warm for that snow here in Muncie, and then that clears out and we have mostly cloudy conditions left for Thursday and into Friday. There is a chance for some rain and snow mix Friday night as well. Tomorrow we start off with lots of rain and some possibility for some thunderstorms. It's going to be windy, gusting up to 20 miles per hour at times. Friday will be cold, flirting around freezing. Saturday cold as well, but beautiful and sunny. Sunday, we have a high of 47. High pressure starts to build in, and we have more moderate temperatures next week in the 40s to the 50s. Wednesday will be our warmest day as possible. We get up to the 60s with another chance for rain that evening.
Thank you so much for that update, Ashley. Coming up next, see who came out on top of the battle between Ball State baseball team and the Boilermakers.
And the Ball State football team has found a new way to motivate the team. Stay tuned for sports.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Welcome back to NewsLink Sports. I'm Logan Hancock, and we're going to start off tonight with some Ball State baseball news. The Cardinals hosted in-state rival Purdue at the Ball Diamond earlier this afternoon as Ball State looked to extend their 8-game winning streak. On the strength of the Ball State pitching staff, once again the Cardinals dominated the Boilermakers throughout the game. They got off to a quick lead on Ryan Spalding's first home run of the season, and they never looked back. Matt Eppers joined the home run party as he homered for the first time of his career. His home run gave the Cardinals a 3-0 lead. Eppers continued his career day as he stole his 10th straight base of the season and scored on an Alex Maloney single later on in the game. Coach Maloney had some comments on the Cardinals' 8-2 victory over the Boilermakers after the game.
Big picture here. At the end of the day, like I say, we add up how many we get in the win column, and at the end of the day, our goal is to get in the NCAA tournament. And so every game is precious, and we just take them one game at a time. That's what I told the boys there. I'm not even talking about a win streak. For me, it's one game. You win that game, and then you move on to the next one and try to win that game. And if you stay focused like that, I think that puts you in the best position later in the season to try to win the tournament.
Some exciting news from the Ball State football team came out today as they announced their new theme for the upcoming 2015 season. The new theme for the Cardinals is Earn It Today. The theme was developed by the team's Leadership Council, which was created to maximize the student-athletes' input into all operations of the football program. Senior offensive lineman Jacob Richard was quoted saying, "I'm excited about this theme because I believe it can help our team keep perspective on getting better in the here and now." On top of getting a new theme, spring football practices are officially in full swing. And now here's head coach Pete Limbo talking about setting the mentality earlier on in the year.
Setting the tone is important, and I like the fact that our staff came out here and coached with a sense of urgency. Yes, it is spring, but let's face it, we're coming off a season where none of us are very happy with, even though we finished on a good note, none of us are very happy with the bulk of the work. So we want to come out here today and set the tone and understand that we got a lot of work to do and that we can't take anything for granted. And I think our coaches did a good job of setting that mentality.
Also, guys, a game to watch out for tomorrow, the Sweet 16 matchup between Notre Dame and Wichita State. They're the last Indiana team in the tournament, so it should be a good game.
All right. And the band 1D is one less.
That story and more entertainment news is next.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
I would say.
You guys take that away then.
Yeah, I'll just talk with you for a second.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Kayla Harpold with your entertainment news. If you didn't have a chance to participate in today's Angels for Life blood drive, there's still another opportunity available. Tomorrow from 9 to 4 at Pruis Hall, students can participate in the Ball State blood drive as part of the I campaign. Students who donate at 3 mobile drives and once at an Indiana Blood Center will receive a $50 gift card at the end of the year. For more information, you can visit angelsforlife at bsu.edu. For fans of the recently released 50 Shades of Grey, we can now expect a new release with a new ending. Because of a debate between the director and book author, the DVD release has been teased with an alternate ending. The highly anticipated DVD will release its digital HD version on May 1st, followed by Blu-ray on May 8th. And finally tonight, Zayn Malik from One Direction has announced his departure from the band this afternoon. Malik was signed off the world tour due to stress last week and was expected to join the band back March 28th in South Africa. Malik's departure occurred shortly after being accused of cheating on his fiancée Perry Edwards. However, Malik denied the rumors via Twitter last Wednesday. The band will continue on with 4 members and finish world tour dates. And that's all for your entertainment news. I'm Kayla Harpold.
Thanks, Kayla. Ashley, can we get a final toss of weather?
Yeah, you sure can. Right now, we've got some thunderstorms to our southwest over in Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Those storms are headed our way, and they'll be here overnight tonight. Thursday, we have a high of 40 degrees, but we start off the day with light to moderate rainfall. 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch of rain is possible with some thunderstorms, and then we start to moderate our temperatures next week.
Sounds all right. Well, thank you very much. Join us on next night at 9 p.m. for NewsLink Indiana.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.